ENDRICK. This name is gaining popularity among football fans all over the world. A contract with Real Madrid at the age of 16, a debut for Brazil, and the status of one of the most promising prospects in the history of the #1 game. He's already being compared with such legends as Romario, Ronaldo, and PELE. Today, the Inside Football channel will tell you how the youngster lives and what makes him conquer the world of football even at such a young age. Let's get into it! But before we begin, we would like to ask each of you to give this video a like, as well as write from which city and country you're watching us in the comments down below. Well, now we can start off strong. Let's go! ENDRICK and his story are an example for each of us. He is a boy from a simple Brazilian family, where the father couldn't provide for his family on his own, so they tried to survive as best as they could. The family was finally saved from poverty and destitution thanks to football. The father sent clips of his son's goals to various Brazilian clubs, and eventually Palmeiras became the club that saw the boy's crazy potential. They even took the father to work there as a cleaner. This is how the family managed to make ends meet, while the boy himself promised himself and his father that he would become a professional footballer so that the family no longer needed money and lived in abundance. Well, look at him succeeding at reaching his goal. A typical Brazilian story, isn't it? ENDRICK and his family are doing well now. He is the star of Palmeiras, who are fighting for the gold of the Brazilian League, and in the summer of 2024, he will move to the Santiago Bernabéu, where he has already been waited for. As of this moment, he is living his best life. Rest, a luxurious house, and a great mood is all about our hero. The Brazilian landscapes are rather beckoning, no doubt about that. In Madrid, even better conditions await the kid, like housing in the elite area of La Finca, a new BMW from Real Madrid's official sponsor, and future love, that's 100%. ENDRICK is currently single, with a salary of 2 million euros per season to begin with. Great prospects for a young man, right? ENDRICK impresses everyone with his modesty. Check out a rather interesting outfit the child prodigy wore for the first training session with the Brazil squad. And it reminded someone. Fans were shocked by his similarities with PELE. There is something in it, don't you agree? Oh god, why does he look so much like a young PELE? He would fit in perfectly in the 70s. Inspired by the GOAT, fans wrote on Twitter. Sure, ENDRICK is already enjoying a frenzy of marketing demand. He's young. He's an example of a healthy lifestyle. He is the embodiment of the Brazilian dream, when a regular guy makes his way to the stars. And he's a player of Real Madrid, the most successful club in the history of football. A tidbit for all brands. No wonder why a battle raged on among the sports world giants for ENDRICK's signature. It'd be easier to count out the ones who did not want him in their ranks. Nike, Adidas, Puma. But in the end, the victory was claimed by New Balance. What a surprise! Now let us explain why such a choice was made, because thanks to the work of the media, it's no longer a secret. At first, the 17-year-old Brazilian and his father were inclined to cooperate with Adidas, though the player's mother claimed that in New Balance, he would be the face and star of the brand, and in Adidas, he will be one of many signings. And it was his mother's opinion that mattered. New Balance assures ENDRICK of a spotlight that brands such as Nike, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland, Adidas, Lionel Messi and Jude Bellingham, or Puma, Neymar, would find difficult to match. Writes The Athletic about the main competitive advantage of the brand. Still, there are other unique advantages of New Balance that lured ENDRICK. And we are sure the following features will tempt you too. ENDRICK will have his own brand under New Balance with the option of a secondary line. Cheaper but of the same quality so that the products are affordable for all classes. Another point that influenced ENDRICK to choose New Balance was an agreement for social causes. The idea is to visit communities, renovate football pitches, and support other sports projects. ENDRICK will be the face of the company and will have exclusive booths, being able to choose colors, models, and customizations. ENDRICK will join a selective group of superstars who have their own line of brands with big companies, alongside with Steph Curry with Under Armour and Michael Jordan with Nike, writes the publication UOL Esporte. In general, we are to highlight a couple of important points. Firstly, the brand's accessibility to ordinary Brazilians, social assistance to Brazilians and people around the world, and the brand's exclusive opportunities for ENDRICK himself. At the age of 17, he is already on a par with Steph Curry and Michael Jordan. Wow! His contract will last until 2028. ENDRICK has always been dreaming of performing for Real Madrid, and his idol was Cristiano Ronaldo. My dream since I was little has always been to play for Real Madrid. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of my biggest idols, so it's a great pride to know that I will wear the same shirt he wore, the prodigy says. Real Madrid is a very big team. Vini had sent me messages and given me hope. That's why I chose Madrid, and I think it was the right choice. God has always been with me, and he told me this was the right path. And indeed, 14 Champions League Cups won't tell you lies. This is the best choice to make. By the way, the other idol the attacker finds amazing is Gabriel Jesus, who is also a former Palmeiras forward. Everything looks logical here. One Palmeiras forward is a huge fan of another. Despite his young age, the boy already seems very mature. He understands that there are no trivialities in football. Thus, learning languages should be placed among the priorities of a professional football player. Moving to Madrid, I need to be prepared, both mentally and culturally. Here in South America, it's very different, and without this kind of preparation, adaptation will be very challenging. The best thing you can do as a player is invest in your personal and professional development. I'm currently studying English and Spanish. This set approach really impresses Real Madrid fans, who shower the boy with compliments. Elite mindset. Kid is gonna be the real deal. Football ain't ready for disciplined Brazilians. Very, very different from Neymar. The guy spent years living in France and didn't learn the language, wrote amazed fans. To cope with the said challenge most effectively, ENDRICK and his team hired Sarah Doke, football language coach. Not only is this girl stunning, but she is also a top specialist in her field. Among her clients are, for instance, Vinicius Jr., Arthur Melo, Richarlison, Julian Alvarez. She's been cooperating with ENDRICK for quite a while, becoming good friends. The fact that ENDRICK is actually a non-typical Brazilian player is confirmed by the following quote, which can shock even Neymar Jr. "I hate parties and nightclubs, and I hardly ever go to them. I don't like getting involved in controversy. I don't like doing anything that will put dirt on my image. Focus is on my future as an athlete, nothing else." Luckily, the guy has the proper mentality to succeed in the #1 game. He is a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo, which by the way is further confirmed by him copying the signature celebrations of the great Portuguese. You can also Google his reaction to Ronaldo's hat-trick against Atletico Madrid. A true fanboy who imitates the idol in everything he does. ENDRICK is fond of training and a healthy lifestyle. He's just like Chris in this regard. All in all, the guy looks developed physically, especially for his 17 years. Perhaps he is even a little ahead of schedule, since he had to make his debut in adult football quite early. Nevertheless, knowing the footballer's character, be sure, in a few years' time, he will become an absolute beast. Friends, press the like button if ENDRICK made an impression on you. And do not forget to subscribe to our project. We also would like to invite you to our Fanatico channel, another project of ours where you can find a lot of interesting videos. Choose one to watch and enjoy. Well, it was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.